Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Today we're back talking about the Detroit Pistons, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my mood's a little bit hurt right now because I've been trying to do some free agency videos and I had something completely, totally different planned. But I'm looking at all the positions and I went to point guard and I was like, let's see what's out there in case we don't draft a point guard, in case we don't get a LaMelo Ball, in case we don't get a Killian Hayes, a Cole Anthony, whoever, you know. I'm looking at it, and Jeff Teague was at the top of the list. Him and Gordon Dragic. And I was just thinking, I really don't want either one of those as my starting point guard. They're old. They're okay. They'll be good somewhere else. But for the Pistons who are trying to get in a culture and identity and get back to being a team better than an 8th, better than a 9th, better than a 7th seed, trying to be a top 4 team and eventually get back to the title conversation, none of those players right there are going to benefit this team. So it kind of just leaves the question that the Pistons almost have to draft a point guard. Even though those players in the draft are unproven and we don't know, even LaMelo, who I'm very high on, we don't know what their ceiling is or how good they're even going to be. They could all be bust, they could all be terrible. But I would rather take that gamble in the draft because they're not going to be super expensive compared to paying someone like a Jeff Teague or a Dragic $15 to $10 million. I much rather would not do that. And like we did a video yesterday on Van Fleet, I don't want players like that. They're going to be expensive and they're not going to bring much to this team. Now, if we're talking backups, then it's okay for backups. But we have Derrick Rose still. Derrick Rose is going to be here. And if we don't draft a point guard, I guess I could look at this thing in a completely different direction, that some of those guys can come off the bench. But I really think the Pistons need to draft this point guard, get this thing right, develop them. Killian is going to be good. I don't know how good, but he's going to be a work in progress. He's going to need a few years. Like Sekou, he's probably going to need a few years. He's shown glimpses of being good, and he's shown glimpses of he needs to work on a lot of stuff. Not everyone comes in the league super smooth, super clean. Not everyone's a John Morant, a Zion, a Trae Young, a Luka. Some players just need time and development. I mean, learn from this, Pistons fans. Look at Spencer Dinwiddie. A lot of us wanted him out, me included. I wasn't super fond of him. I thought he was a dork. And it came back to bite us. He really needed about 5 years or so in the league to really become good, and he's still getting better. You can't give up on young talent. You have to give them time. Not everyone comes in with the just superstar mentality or talent. Some of these guys are 18, 19, 20, 21 who still need time to develop their game. So be patient with this team. Do not sign any of these guys as your starting point guard to ridiculous contracts. I might lose it. Now, these guys are solid players, but for what the Pistons are trying to do, nobody, I repeat, nobody in the point guard free agency would I be happy that we signed as a starter. So I think that kind of leaves that the Pistons almost have to take a point guard, rather if it means trading up to get one or hopefully waiting for your guy to fall to you. The Pistons almost have to take a point guard. And that's a shame because I really like Obi. I was getting pretty fond of Wiseman. I don't really think that that's the direction we need to go, but those players are going to be pretty good. And Edwards is a great player, but he's not a point guard. And we have a lot of shooting guards already. I don't know. You know, I think that if we're in a situation where he's available, I think take him, and then you can trade. That's another thing. If you have to trade for a point guard, I'm just not liking this free agency class for point guards. And it's not a very deep class overall. I mean, there's good players out there, but not too many that are going to come in here and change the foundation. I think that what we're looking for, I think that in free agency, we're going center. We're going center. There's a lot of good centers out there. You know, not superstar centers. Andre's available. He's an all-star. We're not getting him back. Marcus Gasol's available. He's going to be expensive. And I think he opted into his player option. So I think he's going to be on Toronto anyway. But, I mean, looking down that list, I mean, there's some quality players on there I would not be mad if we got. I want to go into the forward. I haven't looked into forwards. After I seen point guards, I was like, I'm heartbroken, man, because that leaves so much pressure on this front office to get this thing right, to get the right player, because I don't want to see another scrub play the point guard position. I want to get this position locked down, and I'm tired of hearing that we need a point guard for this team to be so. Change it, man. Get a point guard. But what do you guys think, man? Maybe there's someone that I missed. But if there's a point guard in free agency that you like, let me know. Maybe I'll be like, oh, I didn't know he was available. But I scrolled through it, man. There wasn't too many things that just caught my eye. I was like, okay. And if that's the case, who is somebody in the draft you guys are looking at to help fill that void? Leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members, and DSA website, all in the description. Go check all that stuff out. Without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.